are the top 10 reasons that 90% of small business owners fail. The first reason is they have no business demand. They come up with an idea or a concept or a product or service that they believe that they want, but the problem is the market doesn't want it. The market doesn't care, and because of that, they're never able to generate enough substantial income to continue the business venture. So the first thing that you must do is you must research, is your product in demand? Now, it doesn't matter how you do that research, whether it's via Google or Google Trends, or maybe you could also do surveys. So you could go out and you could survey, if it's a brand new product that no one's ever thought of before, you can do a survey, go around to your local area and speak to people. Would you buy this? Would you want this? And don't just get a yes or no. Would they put money down on the idea? And that's the key. What I found when I started my first business, the reason that it failed was the fact that I didn't do enough research. I knew what I wanted, but I hadn't done the research. My later businesses, and the reason that they've had tremendous success, and the reason that I managed to pull 6 figures from them, is because I knew there was a demand. I went out, I did the research, I found that people wanted it, I then took advantage of that, and then I was able to make a substantial amount of money from that. So again, the first thing is making sure that your business really does have demand. Number 2, your resources run dry. Now, it's really important to make sure you are able to deliver to your customers. So let's say, for example, that you start a bakery, okay, and you're selling the cakes to your local area, and that's going really well, and you think, well, now it's time to expand. Then you get an order for 10,000 cupcakes. Now, how are you going to fulfill that order inside of your kitchen? It's not possible. You're not going to be able to do all of that inside in your kitchen, especially if it's like within 24 hours or 12 hours. So you need to be thinking, right, how can I make sure that I never run out? So the first thing is make sure that you're able to expand your business, and are you going to be able to get all the resources to be able to deliver to your customers? Let's say, for example, that you're selling baseball caps. You might be selling quite a lot of them, but what happens when you run out of stock? And this is a common problem that a lot of small business owners don't think about. You need to make sure, can you get enough of your resources to continue that and keep producing an income? If not, then that's absolutely fine, but you need to find other ways of bringing in revenue to balance that out. So if you're out of stock on one thing, have you got another product ready to sell? And again, is that product in demand? Number 3, working with the wrong people. Now, this is absolutely mind-blowing. I've had this happen to me in the past. I started one of my businesses with the wrong person, and this person made all these wonderful claims and all these wonderful things that they were going to do for the company. We started the company. I was bringing in money to the company. He wasn't delivering on his part, and he stole loads of money from my company, or from our company. He stole all the money, and it left me in a really bad position. So it's really important that when you start a business, you make sure that you're bringing the right people. Just because they say they can do something doesn't mean that they can do it. And it definitely doesn't mean that they're the right person. So you need to make sure, do their morals match up with yours? Do you both have the same vision? Because again, you don't want to start a business and you both have a conflict of interest and they end up leaving you, whether it be with half of the money or they go and start their own thing, and that leaves you in a bit of a predicament. Just make sure that you're hiring the right people from the beginning. Number 4, competitors dominating the market. Now, it's really important, I've spoken about this before on previous videos, if you're going to go into an environment where it's extremely competitive, what is your advantage? And you need to really think about this. Why would a customer buy from you over someone else? Is it because it's more tailored towards that customer? Is it more of a one-to-one experience? Is it because you're able to deliver on mass scale? Is it because you can help people in a better way than others? Is it because you can do the best haircuts or the best hairstyles? Or is it because you have the best hats? Or is it because you're cheaper? Or is it because you've got a better service? What is it? Why are people going to buy from you over a competitor? Now, that's extremely important to be able to think about and implement into your business, especially in the early stages. Otherwise, you're going to be battling against these huge giants and you'll never win. Number 5, pricing your product or service wrong. You need to go out into the market, research what is already out there. What is it already priced at? How are they doing their pricing models? Because if something already works, then maybe you need to follow suit. Or perhaps you're going to be able to undercut them. Or if you're going to be more expensive, then you need to deliver a product or service that lives up to that standard. So it's really important that you consider, is your price worth what you're offering. What is the advantage to your price? Make sure you don't just overprice it for the sake of overpricing because you're thinking about profits, because you might sell less because of that. What you could end up doing is actually putting your prices down but selling more quantity, right? And also delivering on quantity, which means you'll get more referrals, which means more sales. So you really need to keep that in mind. Number 6, making sure that your product is user friendly. Now again, this is really important. Just because you think that it's easy or it's simple, it doesn't mean that the customer does. Now you have to think all the way from the beginning, how does your customer find you? What's going to lead them to the purchase? So if you've got a store, let's say you've got a storefront, is your storefront attractive? Is it in the right place? Is it hidden behind other buildings? How are they going to find you? What's going to be their experience from the beginning all the way through to the end? And that's really important that you think about that. Let's say that you have a website. What advertisements are you running currently that are going to bring them in? And how is your website designed? Where are the buttons placed? Where are the images? Where's the text? Where are the reviews? Where are the testimonials? What is it that's going to allow the customer to come through and purchase from you really simply without any headaches or having to go onto another website to get a tutorial on how to use your product or service? And this is why so many apps have become successful, because of user convenience. So it's really important that you think about user convenience from the beginning. Number 7, a bad business plan. Now, there's a lot of small businesses that start that don't even have a business plan. And if you're one of those, I tell you to stop. You need a business plan. It doesn't matter how simple it is or how complex it is, you need a business plan. A business plan is essential because it's kind of like the foundations of building a house. You wouldn't build a house without foundations because the house will fall down. And it's the same thing in business. It's really essential that you at least come up with a kind of business plan, because it's going to keep you on the rails. It's going to keep you going in a certain direction. If you have a particular goal, you need to make sure that you have goals that are going to help you to achieve that. So it could say, this is what my end goal is in 6 months or 1 year. This is what I need to do in order to achieve that. This is what I need to do every single day in order to achieve that. I need to bring in X amount of customers every single day. And the way that I'm going to do that, I'm going to market like this, this, and this. This is going to generate this amount of people. This is the amount of people that I need in order to get a conversion, to get a sale. And that's going to lead me to my financial target. So it's really important, again, that you make sure that you have a business plan and a strategy in place. It also means that when you bring in investors or you bring in other business partners, that they can look at that and understand exactly what your business is and the direction that you want it to go in without any miscommunication. Number 8, bad marketing. Now, this happens a lot with small business owners because they're not sure how to market. So don't be that person. Make sure that you really do your research, do your homework, and find out how to market yourself correctly. Now, if you're not sure, we do have a free business consultation. You can find the link below, and we will help you on your marketing efforts. But the first thing that you're going to need to do, you're going to need to understand your audience. You know, what does your business do? What does your business offer? What is it that you're selling? You know, what's your target audience? How old are they? Where do they live? Where are you able to sell to? Let's say, for example, that you owned a pizzeria, okay? You sold pizzas. You can't target the whole of America with your advertisement if you're not able to deliver. Because if you are only in one establishment, you can't send them to all these different states because the pizza will be cold, right? You can't send it through the mail. So you need to think logically. Where is my customer? How old are they? You know, what is it that they're doing? What do they read? Where do they go to school? Where do they go to work? You need to be thinking of these things. If you're selling toys, for example, you don't sell to the child, you sell to the parent, and then they will buy it for the child. There was an experiment done, I think it was last year or the year before, where what they did was they created this whole marketing campaign targeted at parents, and they told the parents, this is what your kids want, this is what your kids want for Christmas, this is what your kids want for Christmas. So they then went out and bought it for their children for Christmas, even though the children didn't necessarily want it, but it's because the parents believed that that's what all kids wanted. So then they purchased it. Let's go back to the pizzeria example. If you're selling pizzas within your local area, you need to be thinking, okay, what is my target audience? Let's say between 16 and 25. So you could target colleges and do discounts if they go to college to get the pizza. And obviously, if the pizza's good, that's going to bring in more referrals. So you really need to be thinking about your marketing, how are you going to position it, who is your target audience, and how are you going to get your ads to reach that consumer. Number 9, you need a clear vision. Where is it that you're trying to go? What is it that you're trying to do? What is it that you're trying to achieve? You need all of this written down, so that way you can evaluate every single day, week or month or quarterly. You need to be able to look at this every single day and say, am I going in the right direction? Because you might have a few ideas and you might try this and you might try that, which is all great, but is it aligning all towards that one common goal that you're trying to achieve? Is it getting you to where you truly want to be? Number 10, wrong timing. It's really important that you have good timing when coming out with a product. Towards Christmas, obviously it's great things to do e-commerce because you can sell lots of different things to different target markets, but it might not be great during the summertime. Gym membership, it's not really great to run loads of gym ads in December. You want to start running them in January where everyone's done the new year, new me. So you need to be thinking about the timing of your business. Is the timing correct? Now, when I say is the timing correct, I don't say to yourself, hold back, hold back, hold back. Don't do that for too long. All I'm saying is make sure that the timing is kind of right, at least better than complete wrong timing, okay? For example, like I said with the gym, I'd rather target an ad in January and February rather than in December. It doesn't mean don't start your business, but what I'm saying is just make sure that the business is prepared and it's ready to run in January. That's just an example. So please make sure that you're doing the right timing when building a business or when you're marketing it. And if you don't feel it's the right time, perhaps you need to start something first and then build up to that ultimate goal. So there's a lot of information I've given you and I really hope that you appreciate it. There's a lot of content on my channel and there's a lot more coming. Please make sure to like, share and comment, and please share this with anyone that you believe will find value in this. Make sure to also subscribe to this channel. Like I said, there's a lot of content already here and there's a lot more coming. I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon, but in the meantime, peace.